Have you ever felt like your body was working against you? What if your rising blood sugar, your stubborn belly fat, and your constant fatigue weren't just about aging, but were your body's cry for help? What if instead of another pill, the answer was hidden in simple daily habits, rooted in real science, not guesswork? And what if I told you that just 3 natural hacks, things you could start doing today, could begin to rebalance your blood sugar, boost your energy, and help your body heal from the inside out? This is not theory. It's the story of thousands, maybe even you, who feel stuck between blood sugar swings and pills with side effects. Let me introduce you to someone, Michael. Michael is 48 years old, a busy insurance agent, always on the go. He thought he was doing okay, until one day he noticed his vision was blurry after lunch. A quick check with his glucose meter showed a reading of 172. A week later, his doctor confirmed it: type 2 diabetes. Michael didn't want more medications. He wanted a way to support his body naturally, without risking his health. So what did he do? He found 3 simple, science-backed hacks that helped lower his blood sugar and reclaim his life. Let's break them down, one by one. 1. Start the day with blood sugar-stabilizing hydration. Michael used to begin his mornings with coffee, on an empty stomach. Sound familiar? But what he didn't realize was that caffeine without food can cause a cortisol spike, which raises blood sugar. And if you're already insulin resistant, this creates the perfect storm. So he switched it up. Every morning, before anything else, he drank what he called his blood sugar tonic: a glass of room-temperature water juice of half a lemon, a pinch of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, optional, a dash of Ceylon cinnamon. Why this combination? The lemon helps alkalize and support digestion. Sea salt replenishes electrolytes. Apple cider vinegar has been shown to reduce post-meal glucose spikes by up to 30%. And cinnamon? It mimics insulin, helping your cells absorb sugar more effectively. This tonic hydrated his cells, kickstarted his metabolism, and reduced the sugar spikes that used to hit mid-morning. Within days, his fasting glucose began to stabilize, but hydration was only the beginning. 2. Walk after you eat, even for just 10 minutes. Michael used to eat lunch at his desk, scrolling through emails, but after learning how movement impacts glucose, he made a tiny shift: a 10-minute walk after every meal. It might seem too simple, but science says otherwise. Post-meal movement helps muscles absorb glucose from the bloodstream, acting like a second insulin. It flattens the blood sugar spike, improves insulin sensitivity, and supports digestion. Michael didn't join a gym. He didn't run. He just walked, sometimes around the block, sometimes pacing around his office, sometimes just walking in place, but every single time, it helped his numbers drop. In fact, one study showed that walking for 10 minutes after a meal was more effective at controlling blood sugar than walking for 30 minutes once a day. And the best part? He felt it. Less sluggishness after lunch, no more energy crashes at 3 p.m. His belly started to shrink, not from dieting, but from smarter movement. 3. Eat your food in the right order. This was the game changer. Most people don't realize this, but the order in which you eat your food dramatically affects your blood sugar response. Michael used to start his meals with bread, or rice, or potatoes, then protein, then maybe a little salad. Sound familiar? But he learned about something called the glucose order principle. Here's how it works. If you eat your veggies or fiber first, then protein and fat, and finally carbohydrates, your glucose spike can be reduced by up to 75%. Why? Because fiber and fat slow down the absorption of sugar. They act as a shield in your gut lining, buffering the impact of starches and sugars that follow. So here's what Michael started doing. He began his meal with a salad or sautéed greens, followed it with his protein source, like grilled chicken or salmon, and finished with carbs, like sweet potato or brown rice. Same food, same portions, different order. And guess what? His post-meal glucose readings dropped by 40 points. It wasn't magic, it was science, and it worked. Let's pause here, because this isn't just Michael's story. This is the story of your body too. Your blood sugar isn't just about diabetes, it's about how you feel, your energy, your mood, your sleep, your cravings. These hacks aren't trendy, they're timeless, and they work because they work with your biology, not against it. We'll continue Michael's journey in part 2, where we'll dive into how sleep, stress, and late-night snacking affect blood sugar, and we'll reveal the evening habit that helped Michael lower his A1C by nearly a full point in just 3 months. But for now, remember, start your day with blood sugar hydration. Walk for 10 minutes after meals. Eat your food in the right order. It's not about restriction, it's about rhythm, and your body is ready to respond. What if your evening routine was the hidden key to lowering blood sugar? Not another pill, not another diet. Michael, the 48-year-old insurance agent, had already changed his mornings, added post-meal walks, and started eating his meals in a smarter order. But there were still silent culprits at play, the hours after sunset. Now let's dive into the final 3 natural hacks that helped Michael drop his A1C from 7.1 to 6.2 in just 3 months. Number 4. Create a blood sugar-friendly evening routine. Michael used to have a glass of wine at dinner, nibble on crackers or dessert while watching TV, and fall asleep to the glow of his phone screen. Not terrible, right? But this routine was silently disrupting his glucose control. Here's what was happening. Alcohol was affecting his liver's ability to regulate glucose overnight. His late-night snacks, even small ones, were keeping his insulin levels elevated while he slept. And screen time before bed? It was delaying melatonin production, hurting sleep quality, and raising his morning glucose levels. So he made some changes. Ate dinner at least 2.5 to 3 hours before bed. Stopped eating anything after dinner. No snacks, not even fruit. Turned off screens 1 hour before sleep and switched to dim lights or reading. Took a slow 5 to 10 minute walk after dinner. Even just around the house. Brewed a calming tea of cinnamon, ginger, and lemon. Why does this work? Late night eating keeps insulin high, which blocks fat burning and disturbs glucose regulation. Your body needs downtime to reset insulin sensitivity, and poor sleep alone can raise fasting blood sugar by 10 to 20 points, even with a perfect diet. By creating a calming evening routine, Michael started waking up with lower glucose numbers and more energy. Number 5. Master the morning reset. What you do in the first 30 minutes of your day sets the tone for your entire blood sugar rhythm. Michael used to scroll through emails and sip coffee first thing, which spiked his cortisol and tanked his focus by mid-morning. Here's how he reset. Started the day with water, lemon, sea salt, and apple cider vinegar. Spent 5 quiet minutes doing deep breathing or gratitude journaling. Then ate a high-protein breakfast, eggs, avocado, or Greek yogurt with seeds and nuts. No juice, no cereals, no naked carbs. Why it matters. A protein-rich breakfast stabilizes glucose, curbs cravings, and improves insulin response all day. Studies show 25 to 30 grams of protein in the morning leads to better mood and fewer crashes. Michael felt the difference. No more 11 a.m. slumps, more focus, and sustained energy. Number 6. Stop grazing and start eating with gaps. One of the biggest mistakes Michael was making? Constant snacking. Protein bars, fruit between meetings, handfuls of nuts. It all sounded healthy, but it was secretly keeping his insulin elevated all day long. When insulin stays high, fat burning shuts off, sugar regulation stalls, and the body can't heal. Michael shifted to 3 meals a day. No snacking between 12 to 14 hours between dinner and breakfast. This gentle approach to intermittent eating gave his body the space to rest, repair, and reset. And the results? Within 2 weeks, his sugar cravings faded, his appetite normalized, and his mind felt sharper. He wasn't depriving himself. He was giving his body a break. Let's recap all 6 blood sugar lowering habits. Morning blood, sugar tonic, water, lemon, sea salt, ACV, cinnamon, 10-minute walk after meals. Eat food in the right order. Fiber, protein, carbs blood, sugar friendly. Evening routine, early dinner, no snacks, screen-free wind down morning reset. Hydrate, calm mind, protein-rich breakfast. Structured eating, 3 meals, no grazing, 12+ hour overnight fast, no pills, no expensive supplements, just real change powered by science and your own biology. Michael reclaimed his health with these 6 daily hacks. Now it's your turn. Pick one. Start small, close the kitchen after dinner, or walk for 10 minutes after meals. Each habit sends a powerful signal to your body. I'm ready to heal, and your body will answer naturally, powerfully, consistently. If this video helped you, hit that like button. Subscribe for more life-changing tips and share it with someone who needs to hear this today.